Hey Virgo, welcome to your reading for April 2023. My name is Shay. Before we get started, make sure to check your sun, moon, and rising signs, with your rising sign being the most accurate. And if it does not apply, let it fly. So let's go ahead and hop right in. What does the zodiac sign Virgo need to know about April 2023? What does Virgo need to know about April? Emperor in reverse. What is Virgo experiencing in April? What does the zodiac sign Virgo need to know about April? Okay, Eight of Swords in reverse. Upright. What does Virgo need to know about April 2023? What are they experiencing in April? What are my Virgos experiencing in April? Seven of Cups. A Tower moment. What does the zodiac sign Virgo need to know about their April? Eight of Wands in reverse. What does Virgo need to know? What is Virgo experiencing in April 2023? One card, Spirit. Make it abundantly clear. Thank you. The World. Travel may be important this month in April. Even if it's not big travel, it can be like a short day trip or like moving from one thing to another. Something of that nature may come up this month. Even if you're not traveling, you may be working on traveling. So that may be something that comes up as well. Okay, my love. This may be a message that kind of goes into the rest of the year. Okay. We may not just be stopping at April, but that's where we're gonna end it. But I'm gonna say this, Virgo, you may find that you are being a little too rigid in how you think something is supposed to go. Now, you may not identify it as that. You may see it as a lot of anxiety. You may feel like things are not going as planned, or things are not like you, or even when you have a plan, it's like you can't seem to materialize it. No matter how well you've planned it, no matter how well you've looked at things, it's almost like, damn, I can't seem to get a grasp on what exactly that I want, or a vision that I have for myself. Something that's coming up that I'm channeling is having an end goal and knowing what you want the end result to be, but like having no sense of how to get there. And that's kind of unlike you, because you like your organization, you like your structure. If anything, processes are your thing. But it's like, for some reason, you trying to get to this goal, no matter how you plan it, switch it around, it's like it's not turning out exactly how you want, or at least you're not getting there the way that you thought that you would get there. To give an example, let's say you have this dream to be a billionaire, right? And that's the goal. And you have a job, or you have a mindset around something, and you're like, okay, if I do this process like this, I'm gonna be a millionaire. No doubt. I done researched it, I done read up on it, but it seems like it's just not happening that way, or people are not receptive to the product that you put out, or the job is not paying what you think. Like, it's something that keeps getting in your way, and it's kind of outside of you. You always feel like you're being surprised, and like, your feet are being flipped upside down every 5 seconds. So that may be kind of restricting you. I'm not gonna play the blame game with you, Virgo, but I'm gonna say that a part of it is kind of you. And like I said, you're being too rigid. You want things to go a certain way. You want it to have a certain process. And that's really what's choking you up and holding you up mentally, is that you want it to go a specific way without being open to the possibilities of what the other options you have. You're gonna be a billionaire, for example, but does it need to go that particular way when you got all of these options, when you got all of these things you could choose from? Does it have to go that way? Is it possible that you could just let the universe take it over? Is it possible that you could just do what you like and then see what is fruitful? Something of that nature. And again, use your intuition on how that applies, but it just feels like you might be trying to stick to something when there's other options. And that may be what pulls the rug from under you this month, is because you almost are put in a situation where you have no choice but to switch it up. You have no choice but to take something new and take a different route, right? And it's not what you're expecting. This Tower moment doesn't feel harsh. It feels like, I'm just trying to distract you so you can do something different, right? It feels kind of like that. And this can be in the form of a person. This can be in the form of plans not going through. This can be in the form of you feeling like something is terrible because it's not going as planned, but it ends up good at the end. You may exactly complete the goal that you were going after, or you may see the end of the tunnel, or you feel excited, or you feel like it ends up working out, and you're like, oh, what was I all stressed out for? Or why was I being so picky? Or why was I being so this and so that? Okay. For some of you, burnout happens again. I think we said that last month. I think burnout might happen again, or not even burnout, but almost like stalling is a word that I keep hearing. Stalling, like, you know, you need to be doing something a way, or you're considering doing something a certain way, but you feel stuck, or you feel like, should I, or like you're lamenting, I guess is the good word, on the decision on how to do it, or stalling, hesitation, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But it ends up going well in your favor. There's a need to just accept things going wrong in April. And I think it's not that you have a problem with that generally. I just think lately you may be struggling with that, or you may struggle with it in April. Is that like you need it to go well so you can feel stable. But I don't think this is a season where that's going to be happening. Okay, so let's get into your love and relationships, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about their relationships in April 2023? What do my Virgos need to know about their relationships? Game face. I just heard end game for somebody. Some of you may be in a long-term, like, committed relationship. Either you're in one or you're getting in one. Clarity. What is zodiac sign Virgo? What does Virgo need to know about April 2023? What are they experiencing in their love and relationships? What is Virgo experiencing in their love and relationships in April? Make it clear to me, Spirit, one card at a time. Okay, anything else? There you go. I knew it was something. Okay, so game face, Just So Done came out. Frigid. And the document. For some of you, and this may be a very specific few, I'm going to just get this out the way because that's what I'm picking up. With this Just So Done, Game Face, and Frigid, I'm so sorry. And It's a Plan came out when I did that last shuffle because I just needed to know. But for some of you, you may be kind of icing out someone in your relationship. And for some of you, I don't even think this is intentional. I think you're so motivated and so busy trying to make something happen that you may be a little neglectful. You may even tire yourself out, you know, to a point where you're not really spending time with people. You're not really like doing the things that you need to do, or you're not really present as others, or maybe you would want to be, right? This could be vice versa as well, always. But I think you may be just so drained and so like tapped and so busy and focused that it's hard for you to be personable right now. And like I said, it may not be intentional, and this could be in one situation, and all the other relationships are fine, but you may be so serious right now. Okay, now for some of you, you may be getting iced out by someone. I'm not really seeing a reason more than I just think they need a break. Okay, so you may feel like they're a little cold, or they're a little distant, or maybe there is some sort of falling out, there is some sort of breakup, there is some sort of issue, and they're just like, okay, I need a minute from you before I'm able to come back and be amicable. For some of you, this could be over a split, over a document, over a whose responsibility it is to do this and that kind of thing. Okay, but in general, I don't even, whether you're in a relationship or not, for some of you, I don't even think that this is relationship related at all. I think that you have so much on your plate that you're almost not even you're not even paying attention that much to the relationships the way you need to. Channeled for somebody very specific, you may have almost tapped out of relationships because, and not just romantic ones, you just tapped out of relationships because, or like certain relationships, because it just wasn't paying you to be in them, because you take them seriously and they may not have been taking you back seriously. So that may be a theme or something that comes up this month. Okay, looking for your tribe, looking for your people, and either finding them or realizing where you need to do some shuffling. Okay, now it's a plan. So some of you could be asked out on dates. Some people can be asking you to plan something. I just channeled that. Yeah, asking you to come out, stuff like that. They want your attention. They want to make plans, or maybe you may want to make plans with other people. I feel like this may be that travel portion. I think I mentioned that earlier, is you trying to travel with people. So there may be something like, oh, we're getting the dates down and we're getting this down, that kind of thing. clarity, overall message for Virgo's relationships in April. Yeah, it's all about work, babe. Eight of Pentacles, it's all about work. It's all about not even work, finishing the routine, doing the thing. Like, we're not even 100% present for our relationships because we're doing that. For others of you, we are present and we are working on our relationship, but more so in a where do we go from here kind of way versus, for example, we're buying a house. Where do we go from here? Are we getting a relationship? Are we not? Are we fixing our communication? Like, it's almost like businessy versus like, oh, I love you and kick it kind of thing. You're more so focused on that, on the how do we progress, how do we get better from here kind of mode, okay? So clarity, let's see what's going on in your career. What does Virgo need to know about their career and finances in April 2023? What does Virgo need to know about their career and finances in April? What do my Virgos need to know about their career and finances? Okay. First card out, butterflies. Oh, it's so pretty. Sudden change. What do we talk about? Feet getting, the rug getting pulled from under you. Frivolous spending, short-term loan. Anchor, money blocks, being stuck, financially sound. Ring, financial commitment, learn long-term investments. Ring. Face, money, skills, investors, taking risk, and face value. A couple messages that immediately stuck out to me. A short-term loan being a long-term commitment. Be careful about your credit cards. Be careful about or maybe this is already something that has happened, but your credit cards, or saying I'm gonna spend this much and I'm gonna pay it off then and there. Like actively knowing that you don't have it, or actively knowing that it's not a good time to do it and still doing it. Being careful about that. For some of you, you could be investing in a home, you could be investing in some property, and you're ready to make that investment. So for your future, to build, to invest, and create some, not even just income, but like some, I don't even know what word to use. Just investing in your future in a way, okay? Something about credit cards, and maybe that's where that loan is coming from, but something about credit cards may be important this month. Overspending and that causing an issue for you. Just know the risk, okay? Be careful with your money, and maybe that's what what's being pulled from under you, and like what's the surprise, okay? Kind of back to your general, but in your career as well, in your finances. Loosen up your expectation, because I think someone around you may have a better idea than what you have planned. And so if you loosen up and be open to whatever it is that they're like offering to you, and not the credit cards and the loan, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like another person in your life. If they offer you something and it sounds sound, but you just want to stick with what you want to do, consider loosening up, because they may have a good idea, and it may end up turning out for everybody's good. But you'll intuitively know if that applies. Okay, so there could be some changes in your finances this month. It doesn't feel like, okay, I lost my job or anything like that. It just means that, like, I think something may surprise you, okay? If you've been struggling with money and struggling with, like, being stable, I think this month you kind of turn it around. Or, like, you at least get on the upturn of that, okay? But I'm not really seeing too much, just more so being careful about that credit card thing. I don't see anything work related. I just think that it's either steady or like it's an extreme jump or an extreme like low. Like there's like either nothing changes about it at all, or it's like your money shoots up and you don't know what to do, or the money is disappearing and you don't know what to do. One of those things. But I don't think anything happens crazy with your job, more than I think you're trying to figure out how to steady and stabilize your money and where it's coming from. So for example, if you're like, let's say you're a content creator, you may be trying to look into ways that you can bring in steady income that aren't so unexpected. Okay, so careers that may be important for you is an artistic career, some type of movement. I'm thinking activist work, but also like dance. Strange. Temporary jobs, doing something fun and unconventional. Something water related, traveling, which we already talked about. You may be traveling, which is crazy because I didn't even see that earlier. Being stable for now. What did I just say? Okay, partnership, working with someone to do something, and this can be like one-on-one, but like I said, getting along from a company, a collaboration from another group of people, you and somebody else pairing up to do an event, something like that. And I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but somebody may want you to event plan as well this month. Like they may want you to plan an event. Okay. Yeah, having a fulfilling career, being self-made, having fame, having exposure, and having a good reputation. Okay, my love, or a reputation. Okay, my love, thank you so much for watching this reading, Virgo. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you and hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.